First, I'd like to say thank you to Murph
You're welcome.
for agreeing to do this
And we'll see
interview.
how we go on this.
Okay. So, Murph, could you tell us how you got into the music business?
I got into it in a really unusual way. I didn't know where I was going in life particularly. And I had a bar job, and the bar job became being a partner in the bar, and it just sort of enlarged in its scope. And we were in Greenwich Village, and we were around the corner from Jimi Hendrix Studio. So a lot of musicians were in my restaurant. We worked with a lot of different bands. We worked with Edgar Winter, and we worked with Led Zeppelin. We did a piece of their tour on the East Coast. My job most of the time on shows was just a general gopher. I mean, I'd be pulling cable on stage, or if they were short a spot operator, I would operate a spot. That's what I was taught to do first. And I just did a lot of things like that. It's great to be a young guy working with it. There was certainly a million girls to meet and stuff like that. It was pretty special in that regard. I was seeing a great show and getting paid for it,
I mean, at
which
that
wasn't
age,
bad. Not that we got a lot of money. I think I made about $40 a day in those days.
So was it about seeing the shows, though, too?
Yeah,
And seeing these
absolutely.
bands that you loved? That must have been amazing.
Well, I loved Pink Floyd. I thought they were great, and I never got tired of seeing them or hearing them play. I mean, they really took you to I don't know, what's the line? There's an old Steely Dan, time out of mind.
Right.
I mean, you were just floating with that music. You couldn't not do it. It just took you away. It swept you off your feet and took you to another place. And yeah, a lot of people, you know, were stoned and stuff, but that wasn't really what was necessary to get high from these guys. It was their music that was so spectacular.
Zeppelin in the 70s, too, could be called the greatest rock band, the first huge rock band of all time.
Yeah, certainly the first of the superstar metal bands, I guess. Led Zeppelin was like the first like diva guys, you know? I mean, everyone came to see him. And I remember we did a show, and they had I had never worked with them. But you get lighting cues when you go out, so you know the music and you know when your cues come in. And they had an intermission in the show. And when the lights came up, I mean, all these people had come in, people in khakis and nice shirts and nice sweaters and, you know, tie-dyed shirts and whatever the hippie fare was at that time. Well, when the lights came up, everyone had puke all over. I mean, it was like everyone was doing whatever. I don't know. Jimi Hendrix was the most amazing guy that
How did you meet him?
ever was. I met him while working in the bar that I was a partial owner of. But I hung out with those guys.
He was a special guy.
I
to be
went to
around?
this, yeah, because he was like, and a lot of musicians in those days were, it was before limos and bodyguards and all that stuff. It was, you would see him with his guitar on his back all the time. Had a little shoulder harness, like a backpack kind of pack. And he just always had his guitar with him, because if he met somebody and he wanted to play, he would start playing.
So you've heard him like play for you personally?
Yes. I mean, I've heard him, although I heard him playing in Washington Square Park without getting paid. He was a musician. He liked making music, and he wanted to be a part of music. And that's what he did. Any chance he got, he played. And a lot of guys were that way. We had Stephen Stills sitting on our mantelpiece in the restaurant playing a borrowed guitar, and Mitch playing with brushes on a Heineken case on the floor, and they played till 3, 4 in the morning.
Well, Murph, I really appreciated you taking the time with us, and I found it very insightful, and I can say that all your students love you as much as I do, and if you're one of Murph's students, read the damn book. Thanks.
Right, read the book, always read the book.